Fox 35 News.
This next story is stirring up a whole lot of controversy, really nationwide. A school in Lancaster, Pennsylvania is segregating its students by both race and gender.
Yeah, but they say that they mean well here. McCaskey East High School. They noticed that black students were not performing as well as their white students. Their research showed that same-race classes with strong same-race role models led to better academic results. So this separation is only for a very short period, about 6 minutes a day during homeroom, 20 minutes twice a month. Now, in the segregated homerooms, mentors would track their students' grades, test scores, and attendance. Joining us now to talk about this is France Cabreau from the NAACPC and psychologist Rob Janner. Both of you been in before. Good to have you guys back. France, it's segregation, yeah, and we all have a reaction to segregation one way or the other, but we're not talking about busing in Alabama back in the 50s. We're talking about 6 minutes during homeroom. If it helps these kids learn, maybe gets them into college, do we care that we're calling it segregation or that it is?
Sure, absolutely. Segregation is segregation is segregation, and you can't take it back once you start it, unless you end it completely. You put that into place, and it can be a slippery slope to segregating the entire school. Imagine this. Imagine if it is actually successful. Then they start instituting it even further throughout the entire school system, and all of a sudden you have a black part of the school and then a white part of the school. And that's not what this country is built upon.
Well, you know what? Let me just follow up on what France is saying here, Rob. Is there a danger that these kids are going to feel more alienated by this segregation? France seems to think so.
I believe so too. I think developmentally where these children are is they're still learning about the pecking order and they're still learning about socialization. And we know that you can put into place powerful group dynamics by segregating people. They start to think we are different from them, and then they start to rank order.
Well, let's try to get though in France. I want to get in the mindset of the educators here. Is this, you're thinking this is a road to hell is paved with good intentions type thing? You got to understand what they're trying to do. They don't want these kids to fail miserably. Maybe they're reaching for straws to give them some sort of a chance.
Sure. I understand the mentality of what they're trying to do. They're trying to call it what they used to call it back in the 1830s, a positive good, which means that I know that we're going to do something that might be considered to be bad, but in the end it's probably going to cause some good. But all in all, it's still somebody deciding your worth based on your skin color, which is not what this country was built upon.
And Rob, what if I'm a white kid in that school and I'm not doing well in grades either? Am I looking over and going, well, why are they getting special attention and not me?
Absolutely right. In that case, what you're seeing is the child is accurately, unfortunately, perceiving that what has these children segregated is not that they're not doing as well in school, which is what we're trying to fix. It's that they are of a different ethnicity.
So what sort of an option should we go with? But France, let me ask you, do you have any sort of suggestion as for bringing these kids' grades up?
Sure, absolutely. Yesterday I was at a school choice meeting with Dick Morris, Ralph Reed, Mike Gallagher, and Patricia Sullivan. And we talked about the issue of voucher programs, of more choice for the parents, taking the control out of the system itself, the bureaucratic system, and getting it back into the hands of the parents so they can make proper decisions for what they want for their children.
Okay, Rob, any final thoughts here?
Again, I think the real solution here is to find the children with the problems and offer them the solutions, not find the children who happen to have a certain ethnicity that is correlated with the problems and then treat it that way.
Okay, Rob Janner, France Cabreau. Guys, good to have you here, and thanks for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That school, McCaskey East High, by the way, they've been trying that program since mid-December, and some folks say, you know what, it's just way too early to see if it's actually working.